Supply chains have never been more complex or more fragile. Geopolitical tensions, natural disaster, trade wars, demand that shifts overnight. Every day, supply chain managers around the world are fighting fires they didn't start and paying for it with express shipments, missed deadlines, and sleepless nights. 75% of CEOs say supply chain disruptions are one of the greatest risks to their business. So here's the real question. What if you didn't have to firefight at all? What if you could simulate and optimize before the disruption hits? That's exactly what you're going to see in this video. We're going to show you how the Siemens SCS service team connects three things that are usually treated separately. The digital twin, your supply chain, mirrored in a digital world. Enablement, making your team the owner, not the passenger. And finally, optimization, turning visibility into real cost savings. To show you how this works in practice, we have Thomas, head of supply chain at ABC Company, and Hannah, an SES expert from Siemens Digital Logistics. Let's join their conversation.
Hi, I'm Thomas, head of supply chain at ABC Company. Let me show you what my world looks like. Everything I do, every decision, every plan, every late night, comes down to one thing. Happy customers. Products delivered on time, complete, and of high quality. But to get there becomes more and more difficult. We have production sites all over the world. These production sites need material from hundreds of suppliers, who are again spread around the world. The complexity does not only rise with geographic challenges, but also with conflicting cost drivers like transport and handling costs versus inventory cost and many more. The result? We're always reacting, firefighting, making expensive last-minute decisions just to protect that happy customer on the right. I keep hearing about this concept of a digital twin for supply chains, a digital mirror of everything you see on this slide, where you can simulate disruptions and make smarter decisions before they cost you money. Hannah, is that actually real, and how does Siemens make it happen?
At Siemens Digital Logistics, we are bringing the power of a digital twin directly into the heart of supply chain processes. This approach allows us to address three critical levers that can fundamentally transform your operations. The first lever is the product design process. The journey toward a predictive supply chain actually begins long before a truck ever hits the road. It starts at the very beginning of the product development process. In this phase, as parts are designed and quantities are determined, you aren't just designing a product, you are designing its future logistical footprint. So what is it that forms your supply chain? It's basic information like the part dimensions and its weight, make or buy decisions, and if you buy something, the selection of suppliers. Would you prefer a high-cost supplier located nearby or a supplier from a low-cost source that, however, involves higher transportation risks? All of this has direct impact on your supply chain and will drive transport costs, delivery time, and CO2 impact. Knowing that, you can build a resilient foundation right from day one in the product design phase. The second lever is the supply chain planning process. This is where the digital twin acts as your ultimate what-if engine. Instead of testing ideas in the real world, where mistakes are expensive, we simulate them in a digital environment. What are concrete examples? We can compare different routing alternatives. For instance, what happens if a major trade route is suddenly blocked? We can simulate different demand levels. How does our network handle a 20% spike in demand? Where are the bottlenecks? We can evaluate risks and consequences of trade barriers, ranging from the increasing complexity of customs procedures to sudden changes in tariff rates. By optimizing these scenarios digitally, you ensure reliable supply chains in reality, eliminating the need for costly unplanned express deliveries or expensive firefighting. The third lever is operational control. This is where we achieve total, real-time visibility. With a digital twin-powered control tower in place, you are never in the dark. You know exactly where your goods are, exactly when they will arrive, and most importantly, you can act proactively if a delay occurs. The digital twin is the foundation that connects these three levers into one holistic approach. It is the ultimate tool for driving efficiency through a digital representation of reality.
All right, I got the concept of a digital twin. But in our daily business, it looks a bit different. At the moment, we don't have a comprehensive view of the full inbound supply chain network. Sometimes we use 5 different tools for logistics planning, and none of them talk to each other. How do you solve that?
With our Tool Supply Chain Suite SES, you can connect various systems and data sources to feed the digital twin. In that way, the digital twin in SES builds an end-to-end visibility across departments. To make this tangible, let's walk through how our solution actually works by breaking the supply chain down into its core building blocks. It all starts with a bill of material. This provides the basic information like the required materials and its required quantity to produce a single item. But the list of materials alone tells only half the story. In combination with the demand forecast, it becomes clear what is needed when and in what quantity. The result is a purchase request, a clear time plan that tells your organization exactly what to procure, and when with that plan in hand, the procurement module takes over. It translates your purchase requests into concrete purchase orders. Once your purchases are clear, the transportation module performs the planning of the physical flow of goods. And of course, moving goods has consequences, both financial and environmental. Having the physical transport's costs and CO2 emissions are automatically calculated with the cost and CO2 module. Finally, with all of this information flowing together, the inventory module completes the holistic approach. It tracks your projected stock levels over time, flags potential shortages before they become problems, and ensures you're never caught off guard by a supply risk. And here's what makes this truly powerful. All 6 modules are connected within a single tool. There are no silos, no manual handoffs, just one coherent view of your entire supply chain. The solution comes pre-built and ready to use, designed to deliver rapid insights right from the start, without months of configuration. Of course, it is using assumptions, simplifications, and standard costs. It follows the principle: get started quickly and easily, then expand it according to your needs.
Hannah, I understand your approach and you address many areas. One important basis for most of them are transport costs. I understand you have standard rates and this is fine. But our sea and air contracts are a nightmare of surcharges, lane-specific deals, and carrier exceptions. Can your system handle that complexity?
Yes, we can. If the standard rates are not enough, we can provide 2 alternatives. If you have your rates already stored in a central location, we connect the digital twin to this. Otherwise, you can set up a central rate card management system using our rate card management module. Let me show you the benefits of our rate card solution with a small video.
Logistics networks are frequently spread across multiple companies with subsidiaries all over the world, leading to a lack of transparency and inefficiencies. With tariff structures varying across different logistics service providers and parallel cost structures between subsidiaries, it can be difficult to answer basic questions like, who can move my goods by the deadline and at what price? You need a system that can transparently and correctly calculate delivery prices and increase your efficiency with predefined processes for the operational tender phase. Siemens Digital Logistics creates transparency in your logistics network and drives efficiency so you can better navigate the complex landscape of freight rates. Our digital solution enables you to easily calculate shipping costs based on valid contracts for freight rates and routing options, helping you to reduce cost. And Siemens Digital Logistics stores and archives your service provider contracts and proposals, creating a reliable and centralized source of information and enabling easy resubmission and automatic billing. With support for road, rail, ocean, and air transport, plus multi-mode and multi-leg combinations, you can create shipping plans that work for your company regardless of origin or destination. With our digital solution, you gain full visibility into your logistics network, enabling you to find freight rates that increase efficiency and drive cost savings for your company. Siemens Digital Logistics, using digital technology to navigate the labyrinth of freight rates.
Great, that's exactly what I need. But I also have another challenge. We're under pressure to report and control our logistics emissions. Do you have a certified CO2 calculation in place, or is it just a rough estimate?
That's a good question. While supply chains play a major role in organizations' emissions, it is becoming increasingly important to accurately calculate, report, and optimize the emissions. Our product, TCC, which stands for Transport Carbon Calculator, helps you to calculate the CO2 equivalent emissions. It is a GLEX-certified web service, which is a modular package you can easily integrate. It covers worldwide calculation, including all major transport modes. Emission factors for various equipment and fuel types are available, or you can calculate the emission based on actual fuel consumption if you have that information in place. This web service can not only be easily integrated in your existing SES models, but also in your general IT landscape.
I really like this approach of setting up a digital twin of my supply chain. But how can I implement this successfully so that my team can adapt and maintain it independently whenever the supply chain changes?
Of course, we can't predict the next disruption, but we can put you in the front seat of your supply chain digital twin to rapidly adapt to the next challenges, empowering your team to be the owner of your digital twin with complete operational independence from Siemens.
All right, but what does owning it actually look like in practice?
In general, we distinguish two approaches for customers using SES: the modeler and the user approach. For companies like yours who want long-term flexibility, the modeler path is the correct choice. Your team of supply chain experts and data analysts will then create, maintain, and optimize the SCS model. With this approach, your team can adapt the digital twin to any changes in the supply chain or run simulations and optimizations whenever needed.
Sounds good, but we don't have a team of SCS modelers sitting around. How realistic is this for us?
This is very realistic, and of course, we don't expect you to be SCS experts on day one. My team will guide you the whole time and transfer knowledge day by day. We also work together with you in an agile, Scrum-based approach. That means we'll have short sprints, so you will be able to see results fast and adapt the model in an iterative approach. Besides that, we have very short feedback cycles regarding the knowledge transfer. After a period of 3 to 6 months, you are enabled to expand your first use case to a full use case landscape.
Got it. How can my team start?
To make it easier for you to get started with modeling, there are self-service trainings in our Accelerator Academy. In addition, we, as a service team, prepared conceptual videos for our customers to get a first impression of modeling. But these conceptual videos are, of course, not all. We will also perform tailored enablement and co-modeling sessions with your team. Here, we follow the approach that we start with the basics so that your team can start modeling after just a few days. Apart from the basics, we train you when you need it. This way, we ensure that what has been learned is put into practice immediately and no training time is wasted.
When I look into the future, I have a team of SCS modelers and I have a digital twin of my supply chain. How can I use that to not only gain visibility, but also optimize my supply chain?
The digital twin paves the way for a successful optimization project. In your case of inbound supply chain, we can use our flow optimization component to optimize the inbound network. With that, we can reduce costs by optimizing consolidation, delivery channels, and capacity utilization. We also consider service levels so that your customers don't have to deal with longer waiting times and are happy customers. Now, you might think that starting with the optimization of the full inbound network with all its challenges might be quite complex. And yes, that's true, but again, we as Siemens will be a reliable partner for you. Our experts will actively participate in the modeling of your first optimization use case. During modeling, your team will be enabled to be the owner of the flow-op model in order to use, adapt, and expand it. But inbound optimization is just one use case. What you're looking at here is the full breadth of what you can do in SCS. The digital twin gives you end-to-end visibility across your entire supply chain, from data integration on the left all the way through to reporting and network visualization on the right. Once your team is enabled and the digital twin is in place, the same foundation unlocks use cases like transport optimization, tender evaluation, network design, and many more. To sum it up, the investment you make in the first use case is the infrastructure for everything that comes next.
All of that sounds almost too good to be true. Have you ever actually done that in practice?
Yes, Thomas, we have. Here you can see that we have a lot of customers in various industries. But of course, this just gives you an overview. Let me pick one of these customers and zoom in. One of our big automotive OEMs in the Nordics benefits with the digital inbound solution to gain cost reductions. The result is twofold. First, they are planning cost-optimized transports and delivery frequencies for each supplier across the full network. Second, and this is what makes it stick long-term, they have an enabled team that not only runs the optimization themselves, but also adapts the model to changing requirements.
What you just saw wasn't a product demo, it was a conversation, the kind our service team has with customers every day. The SCS service team brings together strategic logistics experience, deep technical expertise, and hands-on enablement. The digital twin gets built together with the customer. The team gets enabled to own it, And then the full optimization potential gets unlocked step by step. For anyone curious about how this applies to a specific customer situation, just visit the SES Services Marketplace or reach out directly to the team. We are there to support, co-develop, and find the right entry point together.